Hey, what's up guys? It's King Schmuck, and I know it's been a while since my last drama video. I just wanted to say that I've taken a short break from making videos just because it got really hectic in real life and it was just hard to juggle both video editing and real life at the same time. I am back for June. I will be making some more videos in June and I'll be kicking off with a new series. We're going to be covering some more drama and we're going to start off our 2-bill kill point challenge again, so look forward to that. I did get the opportunity to interview an upcoming beast of a kingdom in this video, Kingdom 2728, who recently won their hellish KvK, and we had a fantastic interview regarding how they approach their Osiris League and what they do to get into their top 32. Anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed this interview and maybe learned something from it. And again, much love to our guys from 2728 for hopping on and sharing their thoughts. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another King Schmuck video, and today we're going to be interviewing Wu-Tang Clan 2728, our boys. We've known these guys for a long time. We've had eyes on this kingdom for a very long time. A kingdom with a well-deserved win against 3173, and a kingdom that's actually made it to the top 32 in the Osiris League. Today we're going to be talking about the Osiris League matchup that they've had and get to know them a little bit. We've got their king, Black Mamba. We've got some of the OL strategists on voice, our brothers from 2728.
Yo, it's Super, OL planner, slash entertainer of 2728. Here to rock. Pass it on to the other boys.
What's going on, guys? This is Black Mamba. I'm the king of 2728. Schmuck, really appreciate you having us here, man.
Munol here, a 4 officer in 2728, OL planner, and
Guys, just a quick question. I understand that you guys were going through one of the busiest, probably toughest KVKs, where you guys had to hard carry some of your allies, and you guys were also going through this OL at the same time. Talk me through your stress levels, guys, because that's insane. Imagine having to deal with using your speed ups for your KVK and then having to also manage it so that your OL is also intact. What was the priority here, your KVK or your Osiris League?
Yeah, I mean, as far as KVK, you know, it's always hectic when you're doing both. I mean, thankfully they, you know, implemented the troops being able to be at the highest level, even if you did lose them. So that helped a little bit. Managing speed ups, you know, it's always tough sometimes. I would say 2728 is definitely a more KVK focused kingdom. But we do well managing both. We're a newer OL team, but I think we do a good job of managing both. I mean, I'd pass it on to Mamba and Manal. They've been here. They're, you know, they're the leaders. They're R4s. They, you know, have a lot to do with KVK and other stuff like that. Me, I'm just, you know, a warrior when it comes to that. Oh, well, you know, I'm the strategist playing it with Manal. But other than that, I think we do a good job doing both. I don't really stress out. I'm sure, you know, some of the other guys may be high-strung because, you know, manages a lot of stuff.
Sounds good. Manal, what do you have to say to that?
yeah, Super is basically right. The best change was the baseline unit. That really helped in Osiris League because we had a really tough KVK and lost a lot of troops there. So just having them ready for Osiris League still was really helpful. But apart from that, we were just lucky that our OL fights didn't fall on the same dates as our KVK fights. So basically, our KVK was done when we had our OL.
Yeah, I was just saying, you know, just echoing what Super and Manal said. I think part of it is just we have a really strong team of both leadership in KVK as well as Osiris League. And so I think it makes it a little bit easier, you know, when you're kind of working together. I think with both, I would say both KVK and OL, you know, we're pretty committed to both. And so whatever it takes to get the win, we'll do it. And just want to do a quick shout out to our allies as well as our enemies on the KVK. It was a really fun KVK and lots of sleepless nights. And I'm just glad that I'm sleeping normal again. So it's all good.
Honestly, brother, congratulations. That was a wild KVK. Like I said, I've had my eyes on that KVK. I know you guys from a long time ago, from 2479. I got my boys over there, TKC. I've been supporting you guys from day one, and seeing you guys pull that off was crazy. And, you know, I applaud you guys. You guys have been crazy back-to-back KVKs, and your migration is doing really well. So well done to that. It needs a really solid, a long-lasting leadership team. And you guys have been at it for a very, very long time. So well done. Honestly, well done. Sticking back to OL, though, how did you guys feel after qualifying to top 32? Like, what was the reaction?
Oh, I mean, it feels great, of course. You know, you're competing against teams. You want to get into the, you know, top 16. That's the goal. You want to be recognized. It's definitely exciting. I mean, I try to bring a stress-free factor into it. So, I mean, try to get everybody prepped and ready. but it's definitely an exciting feeling. You know, you want to do as best as you can and try and get out there and compete with the best.
And I understand you were the strategist in mind with Mono. What strategies did you guys decide to go through when you entered into the top 32? Did anything change, or did you guys just go with the same sort of strategies that worked for you guys in the previous games? And I also understand that you guys actually went up against JST in the qualifiers. I want to know if
Correct.
your strategy has changed from then and then into the qualifiers as well.
Definitely always looking to improve. I mean, we are a newer team, so, you know, even prior to going into OL this season, we only had a few matches together. Of course, practicing became an issue because being in KVK, we couldn't really get proper practices in because we didn't have the troops. Other than that, I mean, I think, you know, the strategy is basically always trying to improve, but it typically stays the same. You know, you're trying to emulate and imitate what the best teams are doing. You know, you got to get the factors down to where you have your 30 consistent players with your good backups. And you want to make sure everybody's handling their individual roles and, you know, just keep practicing and playing matches until you perfect it where things become almost secondhand for you. With JST, you know, we're a newer team. They definitely did their thing. Shout out to them. You know, they outplayed us on buildings. They're stronger on the field. Obviously, they're geared well, but, you know, as long as everybody's playing, having fun, you know, that's the main goal. Of course, everybody wants to win. It's very tough at the competitive levels, but, you know, we're definitely out here to make a name and keep improving. So you could expect to see us next year for sure again.
Absolutely. And Mono, what would you say your favorite play style? Would it be generating points through structures or going through the arc, or is it like a gathering resources for provisionals last second?
That's actually not an easy question to answer, because of course we did try all of that at the same time. As you know, that always depends on the enemy we are facing. If we are very confident on our building game against our enemy, then we are playing a more building focused strategy. But we had also matches depending on our enemies where we were more arc focused, and consequently took and also adjusted our skill set for the matches that were in front of us.
Would you say you're a bit more aggressive, or do you adapt to the enemy's playstyle and then you sort of kind of like configure the way that you guys play based on how your enemies play and based on how you see they hold their structure game or how their mid game is playing out?
Yeah, basically the latter one. I mean, in OL, you have all these strong and good teams, and if you are going blind into the games, not checking what the other team is doing, you are just giving up valuable advantage. And by being able here to just rewatch all the matches that have been played, you can, of course, adapt to the strategy of your enemies, which was really beneficial in some of our top 32 games.
Okay. And Black Mamba, just a quick question to you. I can see that you guys have maximized your 30 players, your solid 30 players that have been playing with you guys. Did you guys manage to get any reserves on for the top 32?
Yeah, great question, Schmuck. So I would say, you know, we were able to get some players here and there, depending on the match and kind of availability of some of the teams. I think the goal, as Super always tell us, is, you know, a consistent 30. But it is definitely nice to just have, you know, our reserves there to help and support us as needed. So I think we were able to utilize a little bit of both. Let's say our reserves, you know, play a vital role when it comes to whether we're doing practices or we're in the match. You know, they tend to observe and, you know, help us out. So in terms of strategy wise, you know, they're kind of in lockstep with the rest of the top, or at least the starters. And so I think it's really good for us to get that continuity and just kind of practice. And, you know, as Super mentioned earlier, we're a bit of a younger team, you know, and so when we think about those types of things, it's just, you know, kind of improving everyone's game together. And, you know, that will allow us to have any reserves jump in when we need it.
This is something that I've always been curious about, right? And it's obviously, as a strategist, you'll probably be able to figure it out easily. When do you think you should stop chasing the arc? Like, when is a good time for you to just tell your players, listen, guys, let's bail on the arc. Let's get back to the structures game. Let's try to get some structures before they can deliver that arc. Or do you try to fully commit and try to basically catch them on the side? Or maybe like I've seen a few strategies where they rally the outposts where the arcs are going to, and or maybe the desert altar, so they can get closer to the carrier of the arc. When do you guys decide to just call it off and say, you know what, let's just go back into the game, let's leave the arc, it's not worth it, it's not going to basically work out for us?
Correct. I mean, it's really situational in game. I mean, it all depends how badly you need the arc. You know, at most times you hope to be winning the arcs where, you know, you're at least able to sacrifice one. But basically, I would say it's really situational. If it's the end of the match, you really need that arc, and that's your chance of winning. I mean, the best is, you know, yes, you want to call rallies to an outpost. Maybe you want to cross rallies and call them to cities. You definitely want to travel on the outside lanes, trying to come around the back end, rallies to almost the structures. It's best if you have something like Master Strategist to try and get to the enemy quicker. It's very situational, so you do need to have the skills if you do want to chase it. But for the most part, I say, listen, once they're pulling it back, once they get outside that little middle piece, it's most likely give up. You don't have the numbers in the middle. There's no point chasing that down because you're probably going to lose structures too.
Perfect answer, man. Thank you so much, brother. Brother Munul, just a quick one. How many voice chats do you guys have? Like, do you have... Are you all English speaking, so it's easy for you guys to manage this? Or do you guys ever get a point where you need to separate the voice chats? Is there a voice chat for every lane, maybe? Top side, left, bottom side? Or is everyone in the same voice school?
Yeah, we were lucky enough to be almost exclusively English speaking. Like everyone at least understood English commands in voice. So we settled on 2 voice chats in total, one for each side to be able to more easily support each other on the 2 lanes on each side. And to better coordinate.
I mean, for the next OL, would you do any different, or has it been working fine for you so far? So don't fix something that's not broken, type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So the 2 voice chats worked very well for us. One big voice chat would just be too chaotic. And having 4 different voice chat makes coordination between the 2 lanes on the same side more difficult. So I believe we will just stay with 2 voice chats, one for each overall side.
I'm assuming there has been points where one of you has to bounce back and forth and just be like, yo, guys, we're doing this. Okay, you know, like, because you have to go to the middle at some point, and then maybe, like, you know, an emergency happens. Has that ever happened in this OL, or has it just been smooth throughout? You guys have had enough practice to know what's going on?
No, it's smooth. But there's somebody that will go over to the other side if we do make a call.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Just a last question for you guys. How often do you train for ARC? Like, in terms of practice matches, I know it's difficult to fit in, and I know there's, you know, you guys have a lot of people that are busy, and it's really difficult to get those consistent 30 in. Just how much practice do you guys put in every week or every month for you guys to be able to get into the top 32? Because that's a big feat on its own. So in the past few however many weeks, just how many practice, or is that something that you guys only did for OL and you guys are sort of taking a break until the next OL?
Typically, I mean, when now it's off season, you treat ARCs as like a regular ARCs as a practice. So ideally, if we can get 1 in a week on the off weeks, that's ideal. You know, other than that, I mean, it's, you know, with us, we're not practice crazy. We do like to practice here and there. We'll practice with some other teams, but for the most part, it's like, you know, like you said, everybody's got their own real life to actually take care of in the real world. So, you know, we're not too crazy about that, but we do our best.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, guys, for all that information. It's been amazing interviewing you guys. I'm sure you guys will be in the next OL as well. I can see you guys are a rising star. You guys, I believe, have hit 1 trillion kill points. So congratulations on that. Or I could be wrong, but I'm assuming you guys are up there now. But congratulations regardless. I can see you guys are an upcoming kingdom. You guys are rising. You're going to be up there with the big names very, very soon. And hopefully we get to see you guys in the next OL. I'm definitely certain. I mean, you guys have been running this game for a long time in 27-28. I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. So yeah, hopefully we get to see you guys again, and hopefully top 5 next time. Yeah, top 5, top 4, maybe.
That's the goal, right? It's always to improve a little bit, you know. And so we're progressing every year. So super excited about that. And thanks for your time as well, man. We always appreciate chatting with you, and you know, everyone that's watching this, just make sure to give King Schmuck some love.
Thanks, bro. You guys, I'll just leave you guys off with wherever you want to sort of end the video of Brother Super and Brother Manol. If you guys have something to say, we'll end it off with your speeches at the end. Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yo, I appreciate your time. Thanks for the interview. Get us out there. Anybody watching, you know, take a look at 2728. We got something great happening here. If you're looking for a happy home, we bring a lot of value and entertainment. Remember, you got to have fun playing the game, but also we're very competitive in both levels. So yeah, look us up.
Sounds good. Manol?
Yeah, thanks for having us here, and just a big shout out to our dedicated Osiris League team and to our kingdom. It has been great fun playing this Osiris League and now talking about it. So looking forward to the next season.
Thank you very much, guys. And that was 2728 Wu-Tang Clan. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.